Donald Trump just got a brutal criminal warning from a judge. If anyone else defied a federal judge's direct order, they'd be in handcuffs. When Donald Trump's people do it, they get a letter and maybe a press release. Chief U.S. District Judge James Boasberg is sick of Trump, and understandably so. And after the Trump administration illegally deported over 130 Venezuelan migrants after being told not to do it, Boasberg said we now have probable cause to bring criminal contempt charges against Trump officials. Criminal, not civil. And if the Justice Department won't prosecute, Judge Boasberg is saying that he will appoint someone who will. This is not a civil dispute. This is defying a federal court order on purpose and throwing human beings onto deportation flights bound for a notorious Salvadorian prison that certainly seems to qualify as cruel and unusual punishment, a prison that human rights groups have repeatedly condemned. Boasberg said that letting political leaders openly ignore court rulings makes a, quote, solemn mockery of the Constitution itself, and the judge is right. And the thing here is that we have to be honest with ourselves. Trump's orbit has learned that breaking the law only matters if someone enforces the consequences. It's sort of like if you're training a dog, a beautiful dog, and the dog learns that it can take bagels off of the counter every day and nothing happens. Of course, they're going to keep taking the bagels off of the counter. My dad's dog has done it. It's an ugly situation. And so far, there have been no consequences. So, of course, they're going to keep doing it. Trump's people argued that the judge's order doesn't count because it was verbal. Then they claimed it didn't matter anyway because the planes were in the air and they can't be turned around. This is the level of contempt that they're operating with. Literal contempt, contempt of court, and figurative contempt. Now, the DHS's response to all of this is to say the judge is lawless. That is projection on a level we haven't seen since Trump accused Biden of stealing the election while trying to overturn the last one. Remember that any judicial order you don't like is unlawful in Trump world. So we now have a judge saying there's probable cause, a Department of Justice that may or may not act, and an administration that has made very clear that it doesn't care what the courts say. If it slows down their agenda, if it's inconvenient, if they don't like it, they ignore it. This is a very familiar situation at this point. It's the Trump playbook. You break the law, you delay the consequences, you dismiss the courts, and you accuse everybody else of doing what you are actually doing. This is why we say that the United States is sliding towards authoritarianism. It's not because Trump puts out disgusting messages on Truth Social.
Truth Central.
Right. It's not because he says things that we don't like. It's because he learns every single day that the system won't stop him, and the system hasn't stopped him. Judge Boasberg is trying to change that. Unless and until someone is held accountable, it is yet another criminal warning that Trump will ignore, just like all of the others. And the latest target of his ire is the Fed chairman, who just won't do what Trump wants. Let's talk about that. After researching, writing, refining, The Echo Machine, my book, is finally out. This is not just a book about how American politics got so broken. It's also about what's happening right now and what we can still do to stop things from getting worse. Trump's been back in power. The results have been even more catastrophic than many feared, with targeting of political opponents and gutting democratic institutions, laying the groundwork to even further consolidate power. But the thing is that none of this is inevitable. The same forces that brought us here can be countered if we understand how they work and what to do about them. And that's what The Echo Machine is all about. Some say that without corporate media backing, books like this can't succeed. I think we can prove them wrong. You can get The Echo Machine right now at davidpakman.com/echo on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Audible, Kindle, or by calling any local bookstore and asking them to order it. This book is more important than ever. If you care about what happens next, and I do, check out The Echo Machine today at davidpakman.com/echo.